Tonight, we honor 100 gifted public high school seniors and 5 outstanding educators from across the great state of Oklahoma. We celebrate the excellence and scholastic achievement of these students and educators. They are the pride of our present and the hope of our future. Now, from the Cox Business Convention Center in Tulsa, we present the 37th Annual Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence Academic Awards Program. Please welcome our Master of Ceremonies, Kiden Creek Palm, the Academic Awards Banquet Chair, Academic All-State Alumnus, and Trustee of the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence.
Thank you. I am honored to be a part of this gala celebration tonight, this celebration of excellence in Oklahoma's public schools. This banquet is unlike any other event in our state because it recognizes and honors remarkable leaders in our public schools. Educators who go above and beyond to inspire and nurture and motivate students, nurturing their minds and their hearts to prepare them for a lifetime of learning and growth. And students whose perseverance and determination have led to remarkable academic achievement. Their examples encourage each of us to aspire to excellence in our own lives. And before we go on, I want to take a moment to thank one of our elected officials who's present in the audience tonight, who we failed to mention earlier, State Representative Dean Davis. Thank you for your support of public education. This annual academic awards program is the flagship program of the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence, but it is only one of many programs that the foundation administers year-round in its work to recognize and encourage excellence in public schools. We support teacher growth and innovation through our partnership with the National Fund for Teachers and the Tulsa Community Foundation. Together, we award fellowships to teachers to fund incredible self-designed summer learning experiences throughout the world. Through our Oklahoma Schools Foundations Network, we have helped build one of the nation's largest networks of support for public education. Our program provides training and resources to the leaders of local public school foundations, supporting their efforts to connect their communities to their public schools. The Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence works together with the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation to bring American history to life and prepare tomorrow's citizens. We administer fellowships for teachers to attend the renowned Colonial Williamsburg Teacher Institute, and we co-sponsor the annual Colonial Day at the state capitol, a day of hands-on history activities for Oklahoma fifth graders. We also host Virtual Colonial Days, a series of interactive webinars which provides a window on the past and knowledge for the future to thousands of Oklahoma students. In addition, our Boren Mentoring Initiative provides grants for K-12 youth mentoring programs, promoting growth and development of these youth mentoring organizations. As you can see, the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence works hard, promoting excellence in education all year round, and not just on this one spectacular night of the year. Through the visionary leadership of our founder, David L. Boren, and the faithful support of our many trustees and donors, the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence has made a lasting impact on our state's public schools. And we have sent a message to Oklahoma's public school teachers and students that we value what they do, and we are willing to invest in academic achievement. And now we come to the academic all-staters who have been selected through Oklahoma's most rigorous academic competition on the basis of scholastic achievement, extracurricular activities, and community involvement. These 100 top public high school seniors, selected from hundreds and hundreds of nominations statewide, they hail from 75 schools and 68 Oklahoma school districts. This year's All-Staters scored an average of 33 on the ACT, and 6 of them scored a perfect score of 36. The students' average GPA is 4.25, and in addition, 29 of this year's All-Staters were named National Merit semifinalists. Each All-State scholar has been invited, they have invited a special teacher to be their guest at tonight's banquet. At this time, we recognize these students and give them an opportunity to introduce themselves and their teacher guests. As the All-Staters introduce themselves, we ask you to please hold your applause until all students have been recognized. But first, let's applaud together and welcome the best of the best, the Academic All-Staters for 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, the introductions of the 2023 Academic All-Staters.
My name is Riley Sisson. I'm from Chakota High School, and my guest tonight is retired English teacher, Miss Patsy Mann.
I'm Benton Raymer from Pryor High School, and my special teacher guest is my leadership teacher, Coach Ratcliffe.
I'm Leonardo Hermosillo. I'm from Lawton High School, and my teacher guest is my AP World History teacher, Kevin Reese.
My name is Benjamin Roberts from Elgin High School. I would like to honor my English teacher, Mrs. Rucker.
My name is Tuka Alabadi from Norman North High School, and today I'm honoring my high school debate coach, Morgan Russell.
My name is Emily Spots from Lawton High School. My special teacher is my math teacher, Heather Cipriano.
My name is Dylan Wall. I'm from Norman North High School, and my guest teacher is Mr. Chad Bose, my student council advisor.
I'm Ethan Stone from Chandler High School. My special guest tonight is my English teacher, Miss Kim Leatherwood.
I'm Evelyn Combs from Norman North High School. My guest teacher is Miss Ann Ham, my 5th grade teacher.
I'm Kendall Schlup from Latta High School. My guest is my math teacher, Tiffany Oliphant.
My name is Ronnie Gandhi. I'm from Sallisaw High School, and my honored guest is my English teacher, Mrs. Whitney Sharp.
My name is Reed Trimble, and I am from Keys High School, and my special guest tonight is my principal, Mr. Stephen Goss.
I'm Joy Shang from Bartersville High School, and my honored teacher tonight is my AP Physics teacher, Miss Tanya Nollmeyer.
I'm Richie Harden from Wagner, and my guests tonight are John French, my math teacher, and my principal, Della Parrish.
I'm Alex Rowe from Mustang High School, and my honored teacher tonight is my English teacher, Catherine Boydston.
My name is Landon Schultz from Crimmon Hillsdale High School, and my honored teacher tonight is my high school math teacher, Mr. Roger Gosen.
My name is Arab Joka. I'm from Edmond Santa Fe High School, and my special guest tonight is my amazing AP teacher, Mr. Jones.
My name is Eli Swartwood, and I'm from Coweta High School, and my honored teacher is my AP Physics teacher, Mr. Gordon Schultz.
My name is Jaden Adams. I'm from Sapulpa High School, and my special guest is my English teacher, Jeremy Lusk.
My name is Raymond Jiang. I'm from Jinx High School, and my honored guest tonight is Mr. Alex Kern, my math teacher.
My name is Sydney Bennett from Broken Arrow High School, and my guest tonight is my math teacher, Jonelle Wilson.
I'm Mara Gomans from Stillwater High School, and my special guest tonight is my English teacher, Miss Jennifer White.
My name is Simone Shaw. I'm from class in SAS at Northeast High School, and my special guest tonight is my history teacher, Charlotte DeAndrew.
My name is Bryce Looper. I'm from Bethany High School, and my honorary guest tonight are my parents, Bart and Lisa Looper.
I'm Finn Murray from Clinton High School, and my special guest tonight is my math teacher, Wes Miller.
My name is Charles Liu, and I'm from the Oklahoma School of Science and Mathematics. I'd like to honor my physics professor, Dr. Shane Johnston.
My name is Amanda Day, and I'm also from the Oklahoma School of Science and Mathematics. My guest today is my math professor, Tony Cornforth.
My name is Yale Gray, and I'm from Verdigris High School, and my honored guest is my U.S. history teacher and football coach, Jeremy Gray.
My name is Jacqueline Crabb from Westmore High School, and my special guest tonight is my AP Chemistry teacher, Ms. Carolyn Ravine.
My name is Mason Stone from Perkins Tryon High School, and my special guest tonight is my basketball coach, Dylan Parker.
My name is JC Walker from Muldrow High School, and my special teacher tonight is my AP Chemistry teacher, John Harville.
My name is Lucas Acker-Breslin. I'm from Edison High School, and my honored guest here tonight is Mr. David Tomlins.
My name is Katie Ellis. I'm from Sophomore High School, and my special guest is my counselor, Aaron Baldwin.
My name is Wyatt Jensen from Altus High School, and tonight I proudly honor my incredible math teacher, Miss Cindy Bailey.
I'm Sydney Cisneros from Stillwater High School, and my honored guest tonight is my math teacher, Larry Hessler.
I'm Bryson Ward from Kingston High School, and tonight I brought with me Mr. Tony Preston.
My name is Emma Gurkin. I am from Ponca City High School. My special guest tonight is my English teacher, Christy Myers.
My name is Jake Schreiner. I'm from Frederick High School, and my special guest is Mrs. Dana Norvell.
My name is Morgan Beeson. I'm from Altus High School, and my honored guest tonight is my AP English teacher, Jessica Robinson.
I'm Olivia Tedesco. I'm from Norman High School, and my special guest is my cheer coach, Ashley Frazier.
My name is Savannah Valgora from Ponca City High School, and my special guest tonight is my tennis coach, Lynn Collenbach.
My name is Michaela Stewart from Edmond North High School, and my special teacher is my English teacher, Terry Walls.
I am Chloe Nunez from Pauls Valley High School, and my guest of honor tonight is my pre-engineering teacher, Dr. Amanda Cummings.
I'm Audrey Gordon from Silo High School, and my guest tonight is my government teacher, Ms. Sheila Long.
My name is Danny Lee. I'm from Class in SAS High School at Northeast, and tonight I'd like to honor my German teacher, Mr. Taylor McKenzie.
I'm Karina Galusha from Owasso High School, and I'm honoring my calculus teacher tonight, Marianne Zamore.
My name is Justin Yang. I'm from Norman High School, and today I'm joined by my physics teacher, Mr. Askey.
I'm Aminata Kamara from Owasso High School, and tonight I'm honoring my calculus teacher, Marianne Zamore.
My name is Tressa Briggs. I'm from Bixby High School, and my special guest tonight is my third grade teacher, Marcy Gaines.
My name is Dylan Hardy. I'm from Durant High School, and my honored guest is Miss Jackie McMichael.
My name is Sophia Rahman from Bixby High School, and tonight I am honoring my band director, Mr. Brent Baldwin.
My name is Sarvesh Ramakrishnan. I'm from the Oklahoma School of Science and Math, and I'm glad to honor my chemistry professor and research mentor, Dr. Fazlur Rahman.
I'm Sophie Ellis from Fort Gibson High School, and my special guest tonight is my English teacher, Emily Farmer.
I'm Riley Anderson. I'm from Choctaw High School, and my special guest tonight is my band director, Caitlin Morgan.
I'm Regan Hofstetter from Claremore High School, and my special guest is my robotics instructor, Mr. David Eisenbart.
My name is Eli Alley from Buffalo High School, and my guest of honor is my junior high math teacher, Brooke Alley.
My name is Taylor Rowan from Collinsville High School. My special teacher is my Cherokee teacher, Julie Reynolds.
My name is EJ Hill Mubari. I'm from Arapahoe Butler High School, and I'd like to honor my school counselor, Mrs. Christine Gordon.
I am Nicholas Jackson from Oklahoma Union, and my special guest is Mrs. Karen Auer, my counselor.
My name is Sean Wu from Class in SAS at Northeast High School, and my special guest tonight is my calculus teacher, Carson Moon.
I'm Chrissy Maples from Texoma High School, and my guest tonight is my principal, Tammy Breeden.
My name is Titus Johnson. I'm from Piedmont High School, and my teacher of honor is my AP Calculus teacher, Catherine Harpham.
My name is Tony Lee, and I'm from Broken Arrow High School, and my guest today is my history teacher of 2 years, Gina Lev.
My name is Zach Zimmerman. I'm from Plainview High School, and my guest tonight is my English teacher, Melissa Leverage.
I'm Mason Friesen from Elk City High School, and my special guest tonight is my English teacher, Mrs. Manning.
I'm Alec Anderson from Ringwood High School. Tonight I'm honoring my math teacher, Mrs. Mandy Crosby.
My name is Kendall Meeson from Walters High School, and my honored guest tonight is my 6th grade math teacher, Clint Meeson.
My name is Tyler Challerson. I'm from Enid High School, and my guest tonight is my calculus teacher, Mrs. Bush.
I'm Dinabu Singer from Walters High School, and my honorary teacher is my pre-engineering teacher, Miss Gretchen Taylor.
My name is Elsa Stewart. I'm from Enid High School, and I'm honoring my teacher, Miss Bailey Brown.
I'm Lindsay Fagan from Deer Creek High School, and my special guest tonight is my band director, Mr. Greg Everett.
My name is Celestine Kim, and I'm from Union High School. Tonight I honor my special guest, Mr. James Thomas, my AP Calculus teacher.
My name is Christopher LaPrairie from Veneta High School, and my teacher guest for the night is Miss Kathy Suter, my math teacher.
My name is Caden Kay from Union High School, and my guest of honor is my calculus teacher, Mr. James Thomas.
Hi, my name is Aaron Shields from Guthrie High School, and my teacher of honor is Miss Minetta Fields, my math teacher.
My name is Carter Haney. I'm from Edmond Memorial High School, and my honored guest is my choir teacher, Mr. Singleton.
Let's applaud one more time the 2023 class of Academic All-Staters.
Our congratulations to our 100 Academic All-Staters. We now turn from students to professional educators and to the Medal for Excellence Awards that recognize preeminent professional achievement in the field of public education. Each Medal for Excellence Award recipient will receive a prize in the amount of $5,000, and in addition, they will each receive an etched glass roots and wings sculpture like you see here at the front of the stage. This beautiful artwork symbolizes the statement that there are two things we should give our children. One is roots, and the other is wings. Presenting our Medal for Excellence Awards this evening are 5 accomplished Academic All-State alumni in business, medicine, law, education, and engineering.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first award presenter this evening is a 2002 Academic All-Stater and Product Management Leader for Amazon Web Services. Please welcome from Detroit, Michigan, Chelsea Render.
Artist and environmentalist Trina Paulus once wrote, "How does one become a butterfly? You have to want to learn to fly so much that you're willing to give up being a caterpillar." As the STEM teacher at Limestone Technology Academy in Sand Springs, Barbie Jackson provides a safe and nurturing environment for elementary students to grow as problem solvers, critical thinkers, engineers, and artists. In Mrs. Jackson's makerspace, students use common household items to invent objects that can solve real-world problems. In her breaker space, students use hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches, and drills to take things apart and learn how they work. A highlight of Mrs. Jackson's class is the Monarch Butterfly Way Station, a school-wide project in which students plant a pollinator garden and observe the full life cycle of butterflies from eggs to adults. Each fall, students tag and release their butterflies in hopes of tracking their migration to Mexico. Barbie Jackson isn't just introducing science and engineering skills to her students, she's teaching them the soft skills they need to succeed in life: how to communicate, work as a team, make mistakes, and try something new. She gives them wings to fly and the confidence to explore new possibilities.
Well, students are collaborating, they're engaged, they're problem solving. It's busy, it's noisy, it's loud, but there's smiles and a lot of aha moments, and it's just exciting, fun, engaging, and that's what we want. We want our kids to be here and excited about learning.
She takes items, she presents a problem for the children to solve, and with the things that they have to manipulate, whether it's Legos, toilet paper roll tubes, or glue, tape, whatever, and they have to figure out how to solve the problem.
I love STEAM so much. I'll be at home and just make random contraptions, and it's really fun.
For the kids to leave a classroom setting and come in here and explore and build and create and use their creativity, it's an amazing thing to witness because it's authentic learning, and they're able to do things that they typically can't do at home or in a regular classroom setting. So that's my joy, is watching them explore and build and fail and try again and overcome that and build that confidence and be successful.
I feel like without her, I
I'd have to ask my brother to teach me how to use a screwdriver, and nobody wants to do that.
She's passionate about what she does, and she wants kids to be inspired by something. And so she just makes everything so fun for her students, and she makes memories, core memories for them, things that they grow up and never forget.
And then the big one is the monarch way station, of course. The butterflies, we plant the pollinator garden in the springtime, come up and take care of it all summer, and it's fully in bloom in August, and that's when the monarchs come in August.
And then every year we do a big school-wide release. So she'll say, okay, the butterflies need to be released. We're gonna do it this day, this time, and typically every teacher just drops what we're doing, and we all go out to the playground, and it's just fun to hear all the kids screaming and hollering and cheering.
That's what keeps me going, and great things are happening in public education. Amazing things are happening in public education, and we are producing amazing kids, and we need to continue to do that, and I love being a part of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Elementary Teaching, from Limestone Technology Academy in Sand Springs, STEM teacher Barbie Jackson.
Good evening. As an elementary STEM teacher, I strongly believe that STEM education is crucial in preparing our children for the future. By instilling a love for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics at a young age, I hope to create a generation of curious and innovative problem solvers who will shape the future. I firmly believe that the key to successful STEM education lies in fostering a sense of excitement and wonder in my students. I must inspire them to ask questions, to experiment, to make mistakes, and to explore the world around them. My favorite project to share with my students is our Monarch Way Station Garden. This project presents an excellent opportunity to teach students about the critical role they play in our interconnected ecosystems and the difference that they can make in conservation efforts. With a cash prize component of this award, I will get to visit the monarch butterfly sanctuaries in Mexico in January. By observing the butterflies in their natural habitat as they overwinter during migration, I can help my students gain a deeper appreciation for these magnificent creatures and learn about the conservation efforts underway to protect them. As Dr. Seuss once said, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. This quote speaks to the heart of what I'm trying to achieve in my STEM program. It is also my life's motto. I want my students to believe that they are also that someone who can make a difference. I want them to have the confidence and belief in themselves that they can change the world. I would like to take a moment to thank some of those who have given me my wings to soar. First and foremost, my parents, who instilled in me a passion for learning and always supported my dreams. My husband and daughter, who have been my constant source of love and inspiration. And my friends, colleagues, and administration at Sand Springs Public Schools, whose guidance and encouragement have helped me to reach my goals. Finally, thank you to the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence for celebrating the achievements happening in our public schools across the state. It takes the entire community working together to give our students wings to soar. Thank you.
Our next presenter this evening is an orthopedic surgeon in Norman and an active community arts supporter. Please welcome 1997 academic All-State alumnus, Dr. Brian Edward Clowers.
When Jason Paris began teaching speech, debate, and theater at Cherokee Public Schools in 2002, there were just 3 students in the program. Today, nearly half of the students at his rural school are enrolled in Mr. Paris's theater and fine arts programs, which have put Cherokee on the map as a multi-year state champion. Mr. Paris is a successful playwright with a graduate degree in theater education from New York University. With an impressive resume of real-world experiences, Mr. Paris has become a one-man fine arts department at Cherokee schools, guiding students to express themselves through vocal music, theater, video production, and visual arts. Together, they create high-caliber productions to share in the community and beyond. Last year, they traveled to Red River, New Mexico to perform their show, The One-Act Play That Goes Wrong, earning rave reviews. But Mr. Paris teaches so much more than just techniques. He is a trusted mentor who helps students see the value of art in their lives. More importantly, they learn to see themselves and the world through the art that they create.
I teach speech and debate and theater, vocal music, studio art, like drawing, sculpting sometimes.
Well, Mr. Paris is not just someone who teaches art. He is an artist who happens to be a teacher.
I am blown away by that. I am perfectly happy with that.
Because of his experience in the theater world, it has opened up many different ways to teach theater to kids. He's definitely able to bring that professionalism to our productions.
So he really has his finger on the pulse of these kids and what all they have going on in their lives.
His one-act team, which had won state, they were invited to do a touring company performance in Red River, New Mexico at a lodge there at the Alpine Lodge.
And those kids worked from sunup to sundown. They were on the street, they were promoting the play, they were in costume, they were out of costume.
That group was incredible, and to this, like that show in particular, I think reached a level of professionalism that was impressive. So I felt comfortable taking it somewhere and charging real money to real people.
It was a great opportunity to really take our high school show and move it even more up into professional levels.
I don't think of myself as a theater teacher, and I don't want them to think of themselves as theater students or art students. I want them to think of themselves as actors or painters or dancers. So I think of us as a theater company that just does really good work, and we are limited by being a high school, and we're limited by being a small school, but the trick is, how do you overcome those limitations to still do kind of magical stuff, which is what our goal is. Whether we achieve it or not, that's what our goal is.
I feel like everything we do feels very fun, and we're all very productive, and we all feel very close, like a tight-knit community working together, because that's what we are.
What really matters is that we've shared the thing that we've been working on and put all our hearts and love into it, and we're sharing it with the people, with the universe, with all the people in the audience.
You can involve yourself in the arts at any level, and you should, and it's not just something that happens at the high school. We can go do this in Red River or wherever. So wherever you end up in life, there are community theaters or there are art galleries or there are whatever, and you need to go be involved in those things. And so that's my goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the 2023 Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Secondary Teaching from Cherokee Middle School and High School, Jason Paris.
Thank you. I have to first thank the Board of Trustees, Krista Hughes, who nominated me, my colleagues Alicia Mitchell and Michelle Baldwin, who wrote letters in support of my nomination, and of course the members of the selection committee, who I think really nailed it this year. I want to thank also my school family at Cherokee High School, my actual family at home, and most especially the students who have passed through my classroom and my life. You know, I've been thinking a lot since this happened about what it means to be a teacher, particularly in this kind of weird time. You know, we've been through a lot together in the past few years. Political turmoil, social unrest, the pandemic, Prince Harry. It's been a lot. And sometimes it feels so heavy. And like there are so many crises and so much division. So then it feels like there's no way to solve those problems. But that's not true. And I know that because our education system remains our nation's greatest achievement. And that's because education is the one thing that can solve all of those problems. And so, academic all-staters, I know some of you are planning on, making a living, but I want to ask you tonight to reconsider and become a teacher. And here's why. Because if we want to cure disease and stop sea levels rising, we need our best scientific minds in the classroom. If we want our politics to be less divisive, we need our best philosophers in the classroom. And if we want the future to be a time that's worth living through, we need our best artists in the classroom. Here's how I think of it. Teachers are like rocks that society throws into the pond of humanity, and we create ripples that lead to a better future. And now, more than ever, we need our best rocks making the biggest waves, and that's why we need you, academic all-staters, in the classroom. Because that old saying, that those who can do and those who can't teach, has always been wrong. Sure, those who can do, but those who can do it best, teach. Thank you.
Our next award presenter has been a nonprofit leader and currently serves as federal attorney for the Department of Homeland Security. From Vienna, Virginia, please welcome 1990 academic all-stater, Michelle Lindo McClure.
Kyle Reynolds has dedicated his entire public education career to giving back to his alma mater of Woodward Public Schools. Since taking the helm as superintendent in 2014, Dr. Reynolds has focused his tenure on building bridges out of adversity and creating solutions for all students to excel, both in academics and in life. When Dr. Reynolds saw the number of students who lacked quality after-school care, he partnered with district supporter Bruce Benbrook to create Boomer Extreme, a hands-on after-school STEM program. To address dropout rates and the skills gap in the region's career market, he partnered with the local career tech program to introduce TAP, the Technical Applications Program, which introduces middle school students to technical skills and career opportunities. To support students dealing with mental health and behavioral issues, Dr. Reynolds' team received a multi-million-dollar grant to provide extra school counselors and mental health first aid training for all teachers in the district. In addition, he partnered with Western Plains Youth and Family Services to help juvenile offenders stay in school and receive the support they need. In every decision he makes for students, Kyle Reynolds' mantra is, all means all.
He is in it for the kid. And when Kyle's mantra is all means all, and when he says he's in it for all the kids, he's in it for all the kids.
He realizes that the public school system is there for people of all walks of life, and he steps forward and makes sure that any program that we have benefits all students throughout the system.
A huge need that we have is our middle school students, when they are suspended, usually they go home to an environment that's not very good, and you can just basically push pause on their academic progress at that point.
Those kids need advocates. They need support.
Out of that came COPE, Community Outreach, Prevention, and Education. Those students can go to Western Plains. We still send their school food there, so they have school meals. We send their lessons out there electronically, so their education continues and they get counseling.
What I love about COPE, and we've got the outcomes to prove this, is that when they come here, even though they may come to us as a fifth grader, they may be reading at a fourth grade or a third grade level and are way behind in school. And what I'm really proud of is that almost every kid that we've had so far, and we started this in August, has left much, much better, much, much more advanced in their grade levels than when they came. And we're really proud of that.
Technical Applications program serves Woodward's 6th graders all the way through 9th grade, and their day is hands-on. They're moving, they're up around the classroom with their hands-on projects from construction trades to wind energy to mechanics, diesel mechanics, and welding.
TAP is awesome. TAP makes kids want to go to school.
It gives children motivation. I mean, they see learning in action.
And so when we find that thing that gets them excited about school, then school becomes relevant. And we have reduced that dropout risk exponentially.
What's up?
Our motto at Woodward Schools says, Woodward boomers will become lifelong learners with a pioneer spirit. It doesn't say most of them. It doesn't say 75% of them. It's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the recipient of the Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Public School Administration, the Superintendent of Woodward's Public Schools, Dr. Kyle Reynolds.
I'm thankful for the editing in that video because what you didn't see is I got smoked on the basketball court by a 7th grader with one arm in a cast. The most important part of my job has always been to have a positive impact on others, students, parents, the staff, and our community, and to do that in ways that makes lives better. To shake each student's hands as they walk across the stage to receive their high school diploma has truly been the greatest honor of my life. There have been a few sayings that I've used to guide me as guiding principles along the way. Some of them you may have heard. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. My job's to make him thirsty. Kids first, always. Some kids love to come to school. Other kids come to school to be loved. We've focused in our district heavily on professional learning communities, and this philosophy makes us realize and understand that the single most important factor in a student's education is the teacher. But only if the teacher is collaborating and fine-tuning their craft and working with their colleagues in a continuous improvement cycle. That's where we learn the mantra, all means all, meaning it's no longer acceptable to say, I taught it, the student didn't learn it, they should work harder. No, we shifted our culture to say, I taught it, the student didn't learn it, what do I need to do to reach that child? We know that Oklahoma students have higher rates of childhood trauma than most of the kids in the United States. And we know how devastating those effects can be if they go unchecked. So in our district, we implemented multi-tiered systems of support to improve student behavior, to improve mental health indicators. So not only are we improving those academic outcomes, but more importantly, we've given students a chance for better and longer lives. I understand that I am to receive an additional award this evening for the most supporters to attend the event tonight. To those of you at those 3 tables out there who traveled 200 miles to be here for me tonight, thank you from the bottom of my heart. God has placed so many important people in my life at just the right times to mentor me, to encourage me, and keep me focused on what's important. I'm especially grateful for my wife, Stacy, who's been my rock now for nearly 40 years. Thank you to my benevolent mentor, Linda Harrison, always nudging me in the right direction and for nominating me for this award. And thank you, Bruce Benbrook, for being my inspiration and mentor as well. And Kevin Evans, thank you so much for your trusted friendship, your partnership, and our common goal of doing everything that we can for kids. And finally, thank you to the Foundation for Excellence for this overwhelming honor.
Before we present our medals for excellence at the higher education level, we have a very special treat for you. The Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence is pleased to welcome the Tulsa Youth Symphony. The Tulsa Youth Symphony was founded in 1963 to provide advanced musical training and exceptional performance opportunities to community leaders of the future. There is no more fitting tribute than to have this outstanding group of young, talented musicians here to help us salute our 2023 Academic All-Staters and Medal for Excellence recipients. The Tulsa Youth Symphony is led brilliantly by conductor Richard Wagner, who also serves as a director of the School of Music and associate professor at the University of Tulsa. Ladies and gentlemen, performing Hungarian March by Hector Berlioz, here is the Tulsa Youth Symphony.
And now we continue with the presentation of our Oklahoma Medal for Excellence Awards. Presenting our next award is an Alzheimer's researcher and assistant professor of biochemistry at the OU Health Sciences Center. Please welcome from Edmond, 2003 Academic All-Stater, Heather Rice.
Hundreds of optometrists in Oklahoma and around the country can trace their journey as eye care professionals back to the classroom of Dr. Alyssa Proctor. Optometry students at Northeastern State University have frequently voted her Teacher of the Year in recognition of her engaging teaching style that combines learner-centered instruction and service learning opportunities. Dr. Proctor teaches clinical methods and specializes in vision therapy and pediatric care. She seeks to balance her course content with cases, clinical experiences, and national board objectives to help students become competent, caring professionals. Her first-year optometry students practice their skills by conducting vision screenings at local elementary schools. In the past 16 years, Dr. Proctor and her students have provided this important vision care to more than 21,000 children. Dr. Proctor also serves as a faculty advisor for a student humanitarian group that takes service learning trips each year to Honduras. Together with professional optometrists, her students have examined thousands of patients and have brought the gift of clear sight to many for the first time. To her students and colleagues, Dr. Proctor models passion, service, and kindness in everything she does.
The Oklahoma College of Optometry is wonderful. We are the only College of Optometry in Oklahoma. We are the smallest College of Optometry.
One of the things that sets apart this particular school, maybe from other schools, is the clinical experience that our students get.
I'm very much a significant belief in you learn by doing. So we have to do this activity. We've talked about it, we've looked at it, we've tested on it, but now let's do it.
90% of what we learn comes through our eyes. And so being able to detect a vision problem early might change the children's entire life.
Just check in your eye movement.
So the school screenings, they also sometimes had the nickname school screamings, depending on what year of kids you were working with.
So you're so scared and you're so timid because you've never been with, you practice on each other and it's different, you kind of know what's going on, and then all of a sudden you have these little children. And Dr. Proctor, she eases all of those stresses that you feel that you're not going to be good enough or that you can't do this or you're not going to be able to serve these children, and she's there to tell you, you're doing good.
But more than that, she goes above and beyond to make sure that we know we are valued and loved in her classroom. It's a safe place to ask questions and make mistakes.
It's clear that she is passionate about what she does. Every year they've been going to Honduras for the last several years to provide free eye care to people that need it. That's not something that she has to do, but it's something that she wants to do.
As an optometrist, sometimes you prescribe the prescription, but then the patient gets the glasses. You don't always know how they do, but on mission trips, you're putting the glasses right on the patient's face if you have them. And to see that aha moment, that beauty, that, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I have a back pocket full of quotes from Dr. Proctor to get me through hard days. The one day in particular, I was pretty stressed out, and she said, it's kind of like juggling. If you drop one thing, the important ones will bounce back up to you.
I think she has purpose in everything that she does, and the intention really matters.
Everything I do with optometry is not just about one-to-one me doing it, it's about me teaching you so that you can do it, because that's an exponential gain.
Please welcome the recipient of the Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Regional University and Community College Teaching from Northeastern State University, Dr. Alyssa Proctor.
you. What a wonderful evening, celebrating amazing educators and outstanding students. How inspiring. I am truly humbled and honored to be with you tonight. If you peeked inside my yellowing elementary school grade book, the thing that you keep your memories in, you might notice that I wanted to be a teacher since first grade, when I gave up the dream of being a model and a singer. When I chose to pursue optometry, I desired to help others, as my family optometrist helped me after I failed my vision screening. I selected a postgraduate residency at an optometry school so I could combine my love of optometry and teaching. With no formal training in education, I sought out mentorship opportunities to engage with educational leaders who challenged my teaching practice. I feel called to be in academia. Someday, you may feel called too. Although I do not have a degree in education, I am a teacher, I am an optometrist, and I am a model to my students, and occasionally in class, as I do love me some Broadway, a singer. Thank you to the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence for spotlighting the many ways education inspires and changes lives. My teaching is inspired by my students, by my residents, by my colleagues, by my patients, my community, and my family. Jackson and Ashton, I am blessed to be your mama. Seeing the world through your eyes and being on the front row watching you grow has made me become a better optometrist, teacher, and person. Jason, thank you for pushing me, for teaching me about the art of teaching, and sharing space with me to process and problem solve as I continue to grow as an optometric educator. I love our life together as we pursue excellence in all that we do. You three are my world this side of heaven, and I love you whole big bunches. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final award presenter is a senior industrial engineer for Boeing and has been a National Science Foundation Research Fellow at the University of Oklahoma. Please welcome, from Oklahoma City, 2005 Academic All-Stater, Mario Franklin.
For many students, subjects like economics, quantitative methods, and supply chain management can be tedious and challenging. But for students in Bailey Norwood's agribusiness courses, these topics became engaging and memorable. Dr. Norwood's goal is to get students excited about economics and agriculture and how it shapes the world we live in. To help students connect with the material, he often uses unconventional methods and humor. In his quantitative methods course, students gather at the baseball field, hit 3 balls as far as they can, and then collect data to determine why some students hit the ball further than others. This simple exercise helps bring complex statistical concepts to life. Dr. Norwood teaches a popular course titled Farm to Fork, which explores the science, economics, and controversies behind agricultural production and marketing. As part of the course, students learn firsthand about food production and food insecurity by growing a garden at a local food pantry to help neighbors in need. Dr. Norwood brings challenging topics to life in a way that resonates with students, enhancing their capabilities as lifelong learners. He is also a caring mentor and academic cheerleader who helps students achieve their goals in school and in life.
You know, students have spent sometimes more than 15 years of their life just sitting in a desk, looking at a chalkboard. And they're young, they're full of energy, and they're tired of it, and they want to get out and do something. When I teach statistics, We go out to the softball field, we hit softballs, and we measure how far the balls go.
You know, I didn't know anything about statistics before I took Dr. Norwood's courses, but, you know, the way he teaches it and the way he highlights certain, you know, ideas of maybe a complicated statistical thought, everybody can understand it.
For each student in the 4 and 4 class has to do a project. And one, they can either write a paper or they can come out to the garden and work with me. Just take the whole thing and put it in the bucket.
They harvest from the garden, that all gets donated to the food bank, and he talks to the students as they're working on that. They build this camaraderie and they recognize the importance of, one, of agriculture in feeding people, but two, in that sense of purpose that comes along with those activities.
Dr. Norwood has done nothing but an excellent job in making sure that his students are aware of what's going on in the community.
Those students will go into banking, they'll go into sales, they'll go into marketing, they'll go into a wide variety of careers. Some of them may even go back to the farm or ranch. And so what he's preparing students to do is to just be honest, hardworking individuals wherever they go.
But if they remember feeling like what we taught was important and feeling like they got more than their money's worth, that's what I want.
And there's no doubt in my mind that I would not be soon to be getting my PhD if it wasn't for Dr. Norwood. So I really cannot thank him enough. And, you know, I could say thank you forever and it still wouldn't be enough.
And they remember feeling cared for, feeling important, and feeling like when they come into the classroom, they are the center of the world.
Please welcome the recipient of the Oklahoma Medal for Excellence in Research University Teaching from Oklahoma State University, Dr. Bailey Norwood.
When I began college in 1992, I was only interested in two things, rodeo and girls, and learning was not on that list. And what times have changed, I don't rodeo anymore. There's only one girl that I'm interested in, my wife, and now learning is on that list. And it was really one person who made that happen. His name was Robert McCormick, and he taught me economics at Clemson University. And as a teacher, he only did one thing, but he did it really well. He taught me how powerful simple logic can be. He came into class one day, and he asked us to write down a business that we purchase from but don't sell anything to or work at. You know, a place that we give money to but don't take money from. I'm pretty sure I wrote down Walmart. He then asked us, is this a problem? Well, obviously it isn't. Why then, he asked, are we concerned about our trade deficit with a specific country? That hit me. This was the 90s, and it seemed like every day there was a news article about our trade deficit with Japan and what we should do about it. But through that one simple question, he pointed out the folly at which the entire nation was discussing trade deficits. That one question taught me how powerful logic and observation can be. And from that one class, I went from someone who did not care whether he graduated at all to someone who knew he was going to do whatever it took to be a professor. And then years later, I learned how powerful but also how dangerous ideas can be, especially if they're not questioned. See, I study agricultural economics. This is the study of how we make sure that people have access to an abundant and healthy food supply. And we tend to think of feeding people as a matter of technology and weather, raising the right crops in the right way. But then in my graduate studies, I learned that although the world has experienced horrible famines in the last century, none of those were caused by the weather or poor technology. In the last century, tens of millions of people have died of starvation due to an alluring but idea, the idea of a centrally planned economy. And the most dangerous part of was that no one was allowed to question it, regardless of how many people starved. And learning that made me call to mind those days in Dr. McCormick's class when he didn't tell us what to think, he taught us how to think. He showed us how to think. He told us how to test ideas, to question them, and sort the good from the bad. And because, ideas, they are a tool. They can be used for good, and they can be used for bad. But to ensure that we use these tools for the betterment of humankind, we have to teach students to be brave enough to question ideas and wise enough to uncover truth. That's what Dr. McCormick taught me. That's what I try to teach my students. That's what all the good teachers here tonight do. And of course, I'm up here all alone, but an effective teacher requires having the time and the resources to actually concentrate on teaching itself. Students aren't aware of this, but one reason I have the time and the resources to concentrate on teaching is that OSU has such competent, diligent staff and administrators. And, teaching is a team sport. And though I stand up here alone, it's really a win for the OSU team. And as a team, we are very grateful to the Oklahoma Foundation for this recognition. Thank you.
Thank you. It is my great honor to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, who is a best-selling author, successful business person, executive, and the first Asian American woman to win a Pulitzer Prize. Cheryl Wudunn is the co-founder of Full Sky Partners, a consulting firm that focuses on double bottom line ventures in new media, technology, and healthcare that provide a sustainable social impact. She previously served as the vice president in the investment management division at Goldman Sachs and was one of the few people ever to work at the New York Times, both as an executive and as a journalist. Cheryl and her husband, New York Times journalist Nicholas Kristof, are co-authors of Tightrope: Americans Reaching for Hope, a 2020 best-selling book that explores the great challenges and opportunities of the American working class. In 2014, Cheryl and her husband co-authored A Path Appears: Transforming Lives and Creating Opportunity, which was turned into a 3-part PBS documentary. Their book, Half the Sky: Turning Oppression into Opportunity for Women Worldwide, became a #1 New York Times bestseller and later a popular documentary series on PBS. The duo has co-authored books about Asia and has received a Pulitzer Prize for international reporting for their coverage of the Tiananmen Square protests in China. Cheryl earned her MPA, Master's of Public Administration degree from Princeton University, and her MBA from Harvard Business School. She graduated from Cornell University, where she is an emeritus member of the Board of Trustees. Cheryl has been featured on many television and radio programs, including NPR, Meet the Press, and The Colbert Report. Newsweek magazine recognized her as one of 150 women who shake the world. And earlier this evening, she was made an honorary member of the 2023 class of Academic All-Staters. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Cheryl Wudunn.
Well, it's a real honor to be here and to meet so many amazing achievers, both at the high school level and at the teacher and professorial level. I'm really, just gratified to be in such a wonderful company. Well, congratulations. You've all worked incredibly hard, and you are in great company, each other. And some of you have done, well, all of you have done amazing work. Some of you have written papers in world-famous journals. Others have been debate champions, and others have, been starting their own organizations, their own businesses, their own nonprofits. So really, kudos to that. You also are in great company in another form, your family, your school, your teachers. So let's give a round of applause for all of those people who supported you. You are now at the precipice of a new era in your life, and it must feel as though you are jumping into the unknown, that is college. You don't know what your next chapter might be besides college. There is a tendency sometimes to cluster around the familiar. People like yourself, to seek comfort in that familiarity when you are in an unfamiliar environment. That's natural. But I encourage you to actually do the opposite. Push back on that impulse. You'll learn as much as you will from your professors, as you will from your fellow students. And you may learn more from students who come from a totally different background from you. And students who have been in different environments, different countries, who have faced different challenges, had different achievements. You might even come across someone like Beatrice. Beatrice grew up in Uganda, near the Congo border, and her parents couldn't afford to send her to school. If she had been a boy, maybe they would have, but she wasn't. People don't think there that it is so important to educate girls, and besides, they're really important because they can do chores. So other kids went to school, and Beatrice stayed home. Then, a group in Connecticut called the Neantic Community Group in Connecticut, they sent money to an aid group in Arkansas called Heifer International. One group in Heifer, they actually bought some goats and sent them to Uganda. One of those pregnant goats went to Beatrice's parents, and the family, took the goat. It ended up having twins, and they gave one of the goats to, another family. And the goat was producing milk, so they kept, the other, goat, which happened to be a male, and they started drinking the milk, and they got stronger and healthier, and then they started selling the milk, and they started getting some money. They started accumulating some money. And pretty soon, they had enough money that they said, well, maybe Beatrice can go to school after all, because we've got enough money. And not only did they have enough money to send Beatrice to school, they also had enough money to paint the house, to repair all of the problems in the house, to put a new tin roof on the house that didn't leak. And Beatrice was delighted. All of the kids in the family were getting healthier. Beatrice started school in the first grade. She was 9 years old, so she was with sixth graders, but that didn't matter. Beatrice was just delighted to be in school. She rocketed to the top of the class. She stayed at the top of the class throughout elementary school and then high school, and she did extremely well, so that she ended up applying to an American college. She got in, and after a while, she actually got a scholarship. She ended up graduating from Connecticut College. Now let's take a second look. This is not just a story about Beatrice. It's also a story about how you can bring change to a small part of the world without a lot of investment. Let's talk about that goat. So Heifer International doesn't give food or aid. It gives goats, chickens, geese, bees. This allows families to actually earn a living. After Beatrice's family received the goat, and the goat had twins, they paid it forward by giving the female goat to another family in need. And as I said, they still got some goat milk because the goat was still producing milk, and they improved their household. So it isn't just Beatrice, actually, who gives thanks to the goat. It's also the entire family and the community in the village that gave thanks to the goat and to the geese and to the chicken and to the bees. It gave them a new lease on life, a new livelihood. It was a virtuous cycle that was set in motion. And that's how it's possible to change small worlds, giving people the tools to create, whether in business, in organizations, in nonprofits, in many aspects of life. At her college graduation party, Beatrice proclaimed herself the luckiest girl because of a goat. We sometimes think that the people who change the world are presidents, Supreme Court justices, and while few of you may become president, you may become Supreme Court justices, it's more likely that you'll have a chance to give a goat or another form of creative agency to someone. But with that gift, you can create your own stories of change. Look, making a difference, helping others is harder than you think. It doesn't always work. As you'll find when you get to college, you can't raise a goat on campus, and you need cold cash to buy books, to buy food. But the point is that even when you're at a life stage where you're not making that much, when you don't feel as though you have a lot of power, you can actually have the power to help someone else. Whether through fundraising, through volunteering, through organizing, or simply friendships, you can help someone else. Some of the worst advice that we give students is you should be spending the first third of your life studying with books, the second third in a career making money, and the last third giving back. I think that's just all wrong, because it would deprive you of 2/3 of your life, actually, from the rewards of giving back. And it's not just the warm feeling that you have from helping others. Graduates are normally told what wonderful lives they'll live and how happy they'll be, and that's true. But it's equally true that you're going to face difficult challenges. It may be a bad grade, a failed test, a rejection letter, a broken heart, a health crisis, or trouble in the family. And when you face these challenges, it's so important to have a connection to a cause larger than yourself, for perspective, for distraction, for friendships, for a way to move forward. So whatever it is, get engaged in a larger cause. It could be a research topic that's really important to the world. It could be an impactful business. It could be climate change. You can make a difference in the lives of others in addition to those of your own. Let me tell you the story of one small girl and how she had a giant impact. Don't follow this story, but learn from its insights. It's about Rachel Beckwith. Rachel Beckwith wouldn't admit it, but her 9th birthday had been a little bit disappointing. She was a girl living in Seattle, in the Seattle area, and she had been shocked by a lecture at her church that talked about how people in other parts of the world lacked water. They didn't have access to clean water. So instead of birthday presents, Rachel had asked people to donate to an organization called Charity Water. It drills wells in impoverished villages in places like Uganda, and Rachel aimed to raise $300 for her birthday. She closely tracked the contributions that came in on her birthday page on the Charity Water website. Rachel was really, donations were climbing, and that other people had done so successfully in their birthday campaigns. So she was very excited about launching hers. But as she started, she saw that she was raising the initial 100, but it started sputtering at about 220, a little bit less than her goal. Then 8 days after her 9th birthday, tragedy struck. Rachel was driving with her family, and there was a collision, and Rachel's car was impacted. Rachel ended up in the hospital. She was critically injured. In the days that ensued, her family, her friends, church members felt at a loss of how to help her. And they recalled that she had launched this birthday campaign on charity water. So they started donating to her charity campaign. They began to donate. It reached $300, her goal, then $1,000, then $5,000, $10,000. And as Rachel from her hospital bed, still was just not improving, everybody felt even more helpless. They started pouring more money. It got to $100,000. She had set a new record, and her parents were able to whisper in her ear that she had beaten the record set by Justin Bieber. But then Rachel did not make it, and her parents made the excruciating decision to take her off life support. She died surrounded by her family and by a growing legend of a girl who had done something for people halfway around the world. People moved by what she had done, by her big heart, feeling helpless, they started donating even more to her, mostly in $9 increments. And pretty soon, her campaign raised $1,265,823, enough to provide water for 30,000 people in parts of Africa. It's not a price anyone should pay. A year after Rachel's death, the girl's mom, Samantha Paul, traveled to Africa and was stunned to see the impact that her little girl had had on 30,000 people. So many Ethiopian villages that had no water now had water. Samantha Paul will never get over the loss of her daughter, but she was so gladdened to see what her daughter had done, about the meaning and the purpose that her daughter's life had. And she was moved that the villagers, while they were so happy to get the water, they were also very sympathetic for her loss. For all of us, we have busy, chaotic lives, but there is an element of randomness to it. Sometimes we get lucky. Rachel's accident was tragically random. Giving back may not make the randomness go away, but it gives us a sense of purpose and meaning, so that randomness, we may be able to help grow accustomed to it. When Samantha went back to visit the people in Ethiopia, she saw that Rachel's life had an abundance of meaning. So may you all have an abundance of meaning and purpose without those costs. There are also more immediately selfish reasons for helping others. Scientists have actually hooked people up so that their brains were scanned as they received gifts and as they gave gifts. And so they could see what was going on in the brain as they were giving and they were receiving gifts. The brain has pleasure centers, we all know that, and these are activated by a range of activities, by food, by flirting, by laughter, by sex. Those pleasure centers light up about as much as when you make a gift as when you receive a gift. Pleasure from giving varies with the individual, but half of research subjects seem to derive more pleasure from giving than from receiving. So we've all heard the biblical phrase that it is more blessed to give than to receive, but who knew that neuroscience would actually prove it to be true? Brain research also shows that you are happier when you contribute to a cause larger than yourself. So the lesson is that when you get stymied, when you get frustrated, we all have those moments. So when the going gets tough, the tough get going to help someone, a friend, to help a cause that is larger than yourself. So look at the student at the next table over, to your right, to your left. Remember that, for you will all go on to become leaders in your state, in the country. And in college, some of you will try and solve the problem of climate change. You will try and go into bioengineering, and maybe you'll create human chips, organ chips, to test new antidotes, through these organ chips. Or you may learn how to write books, to write novels, or to help heal the human condition. Others may figure out how to use artificial intelligence to help make the world a better rather than a worse place. You join a line of only 37 groups before you to have been selected for the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence, a very special group indeed in this state. A spirit of academic excellence and responsibility has defined the Oklahoma Foundation for Excellence, and you are its newest ambassadors. Be humble, but go forth and learn to lead, and change the world by finding a cause larger than yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cheryl Wudun, for those inspiring words. And I hope we all can remember to give back, to find a cause larger than ourselves, and to live life with an abundance of meaning. Immediately after our program tonight, Ms. Wudun will be signing her books, Half the Sky and Tightrope, which are available for purchase from Barnes & Noble in the foyer. Thank you again to the Tulsa Youth Symphony and Maestro Richard Wagner for their performances earlier. Congratulations yet again to our 5 Medal for Excellence winners, the educators who have devoted their lives to public education and excellence in public education. Great teachers are the sine qua non, the without which there is nothing of education. Without them, there is nothing, the sine qua non. Each of tonight's honorees was inspired by other great teachers who came before them. And so it goes, generation to generation. We thank each of you for all that you do, all the teachers at all the tables. We honor you. We appreciate you. Without inspiring educators who devote their lives to education, of course, we would not have these outstanding students. And speaking of students, what an all-star dream team we have here with us tonight. From Oklahoma's tiniest crossroads to its bustling cities, you have come, gathered here this evening with the teachers you have chosen to honor, thinking as well of all those in classrooms of long ago who nurtured your curiosity, who listened to you, who loved you, who shared with you, and ultimately guided you here tonight. And your parents with you tonight, or others who've raised you, who've laid awake many a night staring at the ceiling, wondering what more they could do, hoping everything turns out okay. But in the end, it is yours to decide. You can do whatever you want with your life. Consider that for a moment. Whatever you want to do. What an amazing privilege. What a remarkable opportunity. Wherever you are, whatever you want to do with your life. Carpe diem, seize the day. Don't squander it, seize it. As you leave this room tonight and you take your first steps toward that future, you go with our best wishes, our highest hopes, and our greatest pride, and our deep and enduring love. We cannot wait to see where you go, what you will do, and the world you will help to build. Now, won't you all please stand and join the Tulsa Youth Symphony as we close with our country's most marvelous state song. Thank you all. Thank you for coming, and good night. Congratulations, all of you.